There you go.
Okay, there you go.
All right, guys, we are live. This is Carrie Stellar from In the Girls Corner, and I am here with my friend Mitzi, the Molar Merry. How are you?
Hey, well, I'm here, awake, full belly, just ate breakfast, so I'm feeling good. How are you?
Great. Today's fight day, correct?
Yes. Yes.
All right, guys. So I don't know if you guys, I have a lot of people on here that have not seen me do a fight interview since, all the years and everything kind of hit. Like it took a little hiatus.
Oh, yeah.
So for the people that don't know, I am a mixed martial arts interview, and this is one of my very good friends, Mitzi, who is a professional mixed martial artist. She is fighting tonight for LFA. How excited are you to finally have a fight during all this?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I've been waiting. I've been basically in camp since Invicta because I was preparing for my title fight that just kept getting moved back and moved back and moved back, and then it canceled 2 weeks before the fight.
Yeah.
So that was kind of devastating, but I've just been training the whole time. So this was kind of perfect and necessary because I got a lot inside me that I got to get out.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, people don't understand that when you're a fighter and you have, there's so much going on and there's been so much going on, and that's what you guys do. You train to fight. But when you're training to fight and you're not able to because of a pandemic or whatever, that takes a big part of you away.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's time spent. In the process, I actually dislocated my shoulder and tore my subscapularis. After the fight interview that I did with you last, literally hours after, I tore both my quads before that fight.
That's insane.
Yeah. So I was like very flat-footed, and certain things I could not do. And it was like, whatever, you just make it through this.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, it's been a lot, but it's, the grind. That's the life of a fighter.
Absolutely. You never really walk in there 100%. Anybody
never
do is a little bit nutty because something's going to happen. And again, with everything going on, how has life been? I mean, it's been, at least as far as where I am in New York, the restrictions and everything are just, they keep coming.
Oh, yeah. Well, luckily, living in Oklahoma, we don't have the exact same restrictions. And especially, I live in a small town, so we don't have to wear our masks. So, I mean, certain people may, that's their choice, but there's no mandate on that in my town. So, which is really nice because our kids, especially the kids, that whole social distancing and kids can't function. They've got to have that, personal time.
Yeah, even the doctors are starting to say it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's bad for their mental health. Lock someone in a cage. What's going to happen when you let them out?
They're going to go berserk.
Exactly. Well, I mean, obviously, that's what really, I felt like that's what I've been seeing. But
that was
that's
the same thing.
Different one. We can talk about that one later.
I actually, like I said, I got my Podbean going, which is really exciting. And I found out yesterday I can go live, and we could have a whole bunch of people on and do a females round table. Even get some people in there. We got a viewer, whoever you are. Thank you for coming on and joining us. I just shared it to Facebook and stuff so that I figured that was a good way to, and I'm trying so hard to tone down the side of me that wants to talk about everything because I'm looking at a lifetime ban on Facebook.
I know, I'm the same way, and I'm like, okay, I can't talk about this. I'll wait till the appropriate time. I totally get you.
Coming. That appropriate time is on its way very shortly, where we'll be able to.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be very different. I don't know what platforms are going to be the same if they're going to be there after everything. There's a lot of implications.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I feel like, I'm just waiting to see. I'm eating my popcorn, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? This is the funny thing is I was just speaking with, I'm going to do an interview with my girlfriend, Levi Steedman, tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. And she was saying she really wants to talk about other things because she's I've done a gajillion fight interviews. She's like, you're the only person that likes to talk about different stuff. Can we? I'm like, whatever you want. This is your interview, your time,
Yeah. Well, no, it's kind of exciting because there's not many, like, I don't have a lot of girlfriends that talk about this stuff. So it's really nice whenever you find somebody who's like,
Ned?
oh my gosh, you know what I'm talking about. You understand. You're like, you see it. Red
Yeah.
pill. No.
I love our female tribe. I mean, like my social media,
Yes.
like tribe in general is stronger than like people I grew up with and have been friends. It's really kind of crazy. And I was saying it the other day. I feel like closer to you, Morgan, Kay, and I hate to be like that to, and my friends, sorry, but it is what it is. I feel closer to you guys. I mean, we have a strong bond, and it just
Well,
is.
you can't, you're free to have your opinion. You're free to feel. And not only that, like we should be able to discuss things because there's some things you may know that I don't know. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Fill me in because
All of
I
us
want to hear
had
it.
our little like discrepancies on certain topics on our Facebook pages. Literally, I might, it's so funny because I love that. I love that people can talk about everything because I want people to, that's what my platform is. Get out what you want to get out. You know what I mean? Just don't,
Right.
you know, but we've all had that, but we're all still so awesome that we like learned from it. Everyone,
Yeah.
that one conversation I remember about Joel Osteen, everybody learned something from that conversation, and it was huge. And it showed that, you know what, maybe conservative women aren't so bad. You know what I mean? Because like we're able to have a conversation, get a little like passionate about it, and go, okay, well, we all learned something where the other side can't do that.
Yeah. And that, it kind of just shuts down everything. It shuts down the relationship because if you're not able to have a conversation, there's no communication. What, like there's no relationship for me. Like that's what that means. But I let my girls or guys like just tell, like say how you feel, and I'm just like, okay, you know, I take it in, and
Yeah.
if I disagree with it, I disagree with it, but I ain't gonna fight somebody about it. Like
Woo.
screw that. Like that, they have a right to their opinion. I got a right to my opinion. That's
Exactly.
what matters, you know.
Exactly.
And we should be able to walk away even if we, you know, agree to disagree. Like,
Even, you know,
like that.
too. Even in person, I've had like, you know, arguments, not arguments, yeah, debates and arguments, and they'll start out as like a little conversation. In at rallies, I'll have an argument with someone, and I'm like, listen, it is what it is. You know, see you later. Sorry you feel that way. The only time that any of us, and I can confidently say that, would ever resort to any kind of violence is if we were physically threatened. I've seen fighters at rallies that I know personally and jujitsu practitioners who have never once utilized their skills in any way because it's just not necessary to.
Well, and plus we know when to use our skills.
Yeah.
We're not just gonna go attack somebody because we disagree with them or they're not wearing a mask.
Exactly.
Like,
you know, but the time honestly is going to come when we start seeing like I don't know if you watched, I know you watched, what the fuck am I even saying? On the, when they had the DC MAGA March or whatever it was a couple ago or weeks ago rather.
Yeah.
They're doing another
million march. Yeah.
You watched all the crazy videos.
Oh my gosh.
Eventually when fighters start attending these things, it's not going to end well for the other side because we're mostly
no.
Right?
It's
we are. Most of us, even if people don't want to say it, most of us are on the right side. That like we don't want to, you know, see our cities burned and you know riots and stuff. So if we have to, you know, if I'm out there and something big goes down and I have to protect an old woman or a kid or even sorry.
I mean,
you know?
I'm the type of person that I will risk my life for even somebody I do not know. I don't care. I've done that. I've done things like that already. I don't go and brag about it. That's just in my nature, and God put it in my heart to be that kind of a person. And
you're needed right now.
Yeah.
You're needed. I'm needed. I'm not even like at your level, but I can protect someone or myself. And I know my girlfriends go at me. They're like, oh, well, I'm glad you're here. And I'm like, well, I mean, you don't rely on me. You should really take
It's like, that's why we all need to get together and learn this. And then we can be a stronger force if something happened, you know.
The
we all need to stick together.
Status needs to, and we do. Sisterhood is huge. And at this point, I feel like even like the people that are like, you know, so, you know what I'm looking for. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to like start like being mean, and everybody needs to come together, because this has nothing to do with a party line. This has nothing to do with a wall or not. This has to do with humanity and where we're headed.
It's good versus evil.
Literally,
that is what it is.
Literally. And I take the digital soldier, what do I want to call that? Not label, but title that General Flynn gave us. I take that very seriously.
Oh, me too.
People are.
I don't care if it's digital. I'm a soldier no matter what. Like, I mean, I honestly, I thought about enlisting.
I'm too old.
I have a daughter, and
I'm too old, unfortunately.
Everyone told me, no, you can't do that. You can't leave your daughter. But there's something in my heart saying, go out there.
In your own way, though. A digital soldier, General Flynn said it in an interview the other day. I listened to him on Bards of War, and he said they're fighting a different war than we are, but he said they are all putting their necks on the line. People are getting doxxed.
Yeah.
People are getting threatened. Social medias are being pulled down.
Well, I mean, people are getting death threats for just covering whatever is going on. And it's ridiculous. Like, you can't tell the truth.
More fucked up shit happened to me in the last couple of weeks that I actually have an investigation with the Department of Homeland Security.
Ooh.
Yes. For voter intimidation. In New York, where everybody claims there wasn't any. Well, guess what? There was, and it actually then reaches a federal thing.
Yeah.
So this goes beyond, it's because of how it was done and the way that it was done, and how, like, when I tell you off camera what happened, you're going to be like, whoa, girl. Like, I had a lot of people tell me, maybe you should, like, I'm like, no.
Yeah. No, you got to stand up for what's right, even if you're standing alone. Like, that, period. Stand up for what's right, even if you're standing alone, no matter what.
It's going to, the right way is going to prevail. And I don't want to be Switzerland and say, I wish I had, or, I wish I had the balls to stand up. I wish I had done that. No, I did it. The consequences, whatever. And there are these days, you get people being arrested and set up with weird reasons. It's just crazy. The doxing has got to stop. The intimidating people by putting their name out. And I saw that on one of those hearings. I was really blown away that a senator, I can't remember her name, like, asked the witness what her real name was, and the lady was looking at her because she was an immigrant, and she said, what's your maiden name? Like, why do you want her full name? You're to box her live on fucking TV? That's an immigrant. That's
not right. There's so much corruption, and I just feel like it was like Nazi Germany coming right back.
I can't even tell you how many times, and I keep on telling people, that's the sad part, is that really people need to wake up and open their eyes. And maybe people will after watching this and seeing two females talk about it.
Yeah.
Maybe people will open their eyes. I had a lot of people go, it's so funny. Like, my sister will post out, Carrie's in Facebook jail again. Up, Carrie's, and you see normal people going, what the fuck? Like, okay, because, where's the freedom of speech? Where's our First Amendments? That's also walking the line of, look at what's going on in New York. We can't have fights here. There are no fights. There's nothing going on here. You can't.
Yeah. It's just, it makes me so mad. I know I don't live there, but it's disgusting.
It affects everybody. Even for me, I feel bad for everybody in other states and other countries. And even though I'm not there, it does affect me, because it's like, it eventually will. I remember when it all first started, and I was asked to go to a Bellator press conference in New York City. And I was like, aren't you guys on some kind of serious lockdown over there? Because it was for a publication over. Yeah. And they were like, I'm like, you don't think that the epicenter of the United States is going to be next? I'm like, maybe I'll wait. Bellator was canceled 2 days later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that was a very good call on my part, and I was not about to do it. I said, no.
Yeah.
So, I remember last year, I knew this was coming in December. I remember watching it on TV. Like, we all talked about it. Everybody said,
I was seeing videos over in China, where people were just like seizing and dropping dead.
Yeah.
And it was all over the place. Like I didn't even think I was going to get to fight because of everything that was happening. And then it was 2 weeks after the fight that the lockdown happened.
Isn't that insane?
I was watching all this. Plus I have like friends that were missionaries over in China, and they were sending videos of people being drugged out of their homes, and then also people being murdered in their homes. Like sending videos of all this stuff. Because,
a lot of people don't think that's real. They're telling, I get told that I'm crazy and I'm a conspiracy theorist every time I want to say that, because I'm like, look, when you hear it from people that are there.
Yeah. Why are they chanting fucking like USA and what? Like, I mean, why are they doing
Why are other countries, why are citizens of other countries right now rallying for our president?
Exactly.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
What do they know that the general public here, not you and I, not our friends, we're very well aware of what's going on. How come they don't know what clearly people overseas that are literally rallying and having, I mean, they're like literally battling over there. For us, it's crazy. I'm like, what is going on? This is on a grand scale. This is like the whole world. And like, we did not even talk about this. That's the funny thing. We didn't even want to talk about this.
I know, but that's where it goes.
Because, I mean, you're fighting tonight.
We'll get back to the fight.
Yeah, because you're fighting tonight. So it's not like that's not happening. And this is happening too.
It's kind of nice to not think about the fight right now. Like sometimes that's better for a fighter.
You seem like, good, I'm glad.
Yeah. No, I mean, I totally get it. And I see what you're saying about like other people, because they see the freedom, because they know real tyranny. They know, like, hello, they're in a freaking communist country. Like, you can't. And then people over here thinking, oh, we've got it so bad. Oh, poor us. No, like, we have it amazing. We have an amazing life. And if you can't see that, then you're probably never going to see that. You know, people want to live in their bubble and be blind and ignorant. And I mean, ignorant, not saying that they're stupid. Ignorant in the sense of that they're choosing not to see or believe what's going on. And I mean, but those are the kind of people that I don't think they're ever going to wake up, because you can literally put proof and the truth in their face and there's nothing. They don't care. And that's what's sad. Like, those are the type of people that don't stand for anything. Like,
no, they stand for nothing. Those are bystanders.
Yeah, and that's hard. I've seen people like that. I have friends like that, and it's really hard. And I don't argue with them. I'm not. I'm one of those.
Reasons for you not going to change their mind.
Yeah, and I'm definitely about like, here, you're allowed to have your opinion, and I'm not going to tell you what to think. But I'm getting told how I should act, how I should think, what I should do, and when those people do that, I'm like, okay, Karen, okay, Bill, whatever, you know, the Kevin,
so true.
Kevin, you know.
So
and I will tell them that. I'm like, you know, I use humor with it too, because I'm not gonna be mean, but I'm like, come on, like, this is humorous. Like, are you kidding me?
A little funny about it, because I feel like you get further with a laugh.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, come on, guys, like, we're all in this together. There's no reason to try to divide
together till you don't want to be, because that's the problem too, is that like all of a sudden all these calls for uniting, when if you look at the last 5 years, was there any? No, there was more than a direct divide. There was a purposeful divide. It's just so funny to see it, and to see that people aren't getting it. And you know what? I think more people are. They just don't want it. People are afraid to talk about it.
Oh, people are
scared to death. You say the wrong thing,
you're like, oh, I might lose my friend. I might lose her. You know what? But that's also,
what about
like I said, you're not standing up for anything. Like, what do you really believe in?
Your livelihood. Somebody will literally find out like your life and be like, oh, now I'm going to go fuck with it. And
I know. Those trolls, they're trolls.
Very sad people. It's sad. Those people are sad, and so I feel bad for them at the end of the day. I'm like, wow.
It's like, what do they live for?
Yeah.
Like, really, like they've got nothing better to do with their lives. Like, there's so much in this world that like we are focused on so many wrong things, and it mind boggles me. Like I just don't get it, because it's just like we have all these blessings, all these freedoms, we have everything at our fingertips. It's so easy, which makes me pissed off, because I don't like the easy road. I like the harder road, which is kind of silly, but I think that creates that perseverance, and I think that creates it just makes you a better person when you can endure hardships, and the outcome is that you become a better, stronger person, more confident, and not, I don't know, like I just see that some people crumble, it's sad. And I just wish people could see that there's so much to be happy and grateful for and thankful for, and people don't see it. But like, not everyone's going to, and that's just the way it is. And you can't spend your whole life trying to change someone's opinion. And I mean, I feel like that's what a lot of those other people are trying to do. Like, they're literally expending everything to try to force someone to believe what they believe.
5 years I have watched people try to change people's opinions by saying, you're this, you're that, you do this, you're that, and
trying to label you as something.
Yeah, trying to shame you into changing your opinion. And I've watched it happen for 5 years. I mean, that's crazy. And I said that, I'm like, listen, right now is this is the immediate present and what's going on as a direct effect of what happened a couple weeks ago, right? So no, none of us are going to give that up until we absolutely have to, which is like January 20th. None of us are going to go,
why accept something when you see fraud? I mean, I've watched 50 plus videos of fraud. Like, I mean, and how there, and people are going to sit there and be blind to it. Are you kidding me? Like,
the people that are the people that are going to be held accountable. Like, when
they have no integrity. There's no integrity. They have no character, no morals, and that's a huge thing. Like, what do you obviously stand for lies and deceit. And like, how could I ever trust somebody like that?
Exactly. And I've been saying that. I'm like, you guys don't understand. This isn't like, this shouldn't be about a party.
No.
In
fact, do away with the parties. And
back in the day, and he was a Democrat. Didn't Elizabeth Warren have a problem with this? So that's my thing, is that, and the people that are so comfortable with lying, and I'm watching it on TV, I'm like, wow, you're watching this evidence and you're saying that these people, the woman that said, I want them to swear under oath. Last time I checked, a sworn affidavit is done under oath.
Yeah, that's actually what that is.
Right? And a lot of these people were legal immigrants, right? You think they're going to put their immigration status on the line?
No, they're standing up for what's right, and that's what.
Because they know communism and tyranny when they see it. Right. That's the difference. So I'm watching all of these people on TV, like, literally try to say that these people are lying. The shit that I'm seeing, I'm like, wow. I almost think like there's a part of me that goes, this is all on purpose. There's enough rope. You know what I mean? He's just giving him enough rope. Yeah. And I'm not just talking about people because people are like, oh, the letter that we're not allowed to say is fake. Okay. So then why is he giving them all enough rope, right? So that not only are you going to see the one side go down, you're going to see the other side go down too. You're going to see governors, state, local, people that
it's like it's everywhere.
We all loved. When I said it the other day, and I was like, Graham, I gave a list of rhinos. I gave a list to one of my friends, and she was like, nope. I'm like, watch.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I'm like, I've been doing my checker. I'm checking. I'm like, oh, yep.
News was going to fall. Everybody told me I was crazy. I'm like, watch. They're going to be the first one to fall.
Yeah.
Watch. I called it. And my sister she's like, you were right. She's like, you were fucking right.
Well, it's like a house of cards.
Yeah.
Just got to take off the top, or take one from the center,
and then
watch it all.
So that's what's going to happen when they all have to go on and be like BTW, same kind of thing as 2000. Now, and there's just the bottom one's going to come out, and they're all going to fall. And then you're going to see this shit in the streets come down.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be us. I mean, we're going to have to go defend.
No, but we're going to have to deal with the mass of people having to wake up. Oh my gosh, the hysteria.
We're going to have to, someone's going to have to order a lot of coloring books again. There's going to be a lot of therapy animals needed.
Yes. Yeah.
It's have to start breaking into people's jobs again. Like, but that's going to be okay. Then you're going to be allowed to have your kumbaya moment and sit around in a circle and cry about it together. You're going to be allowed to have the same handkerchief on that day. My word.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's going to be kind of. I'm just going to sit back and watch.
It's just going to be a culmination
of the show.
I'm excited.
I know. Me too.
I mean, honestly, people who don't understand, I'm like, listen, 2020 is not over yet. We have a closing chapter to finish, and it's looking lit.
I mean, it is 2020 for a reason, for us to see clearer, I say.
Yeah. Did you not see that the Christmas star is coming back?
I heard that, but I haven't got to read into it because I've, been mind focused. I kind of tried to step away from everything for a little bit.
I'm like, what are they trying to do to us? The monolith showing up and going away, like.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I was like, what, false flags are they gonna throw out? What's going on? I'm just being very aware of that, and I'm not.
That's all you can do.
Eating or buying into everything because it's just you can't, because they're working hard to distract.
Yeah.
From the bigger picture, which I think they've already been making all the arrests. I think they've been making moves where people, they're looking this way. It's called misdirection. People aren't going to see everything until it all comes out, which is, I'm okay. I've been really chill, and I'm like, I just trust the plan, trust God. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. I mean, literally at this point, that's all we have. And I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm
me too.
Okay with that because that's what I've been doing for the last year. And I've still had people go, they're like, oh, you really still? I'm like, yeah, because you know what? Everything that I've been seeing is kind of pretty much proving what's going on. I mean, I said to somebody a couple months ago, I've said it to quite a few people, my theory as to why people haven't paid for their crimes, because they got pardoned with the former administration. Well, everybody told me I was crazy and said you had to be convicted to be pardoned. And I did my research, and you do not. You can be pardoned on many different things. Now, all of a sudden, the media is proving my whole point by saying that they think that Trump is going to pardon him and his children. Could somebody else
From what? No.
Somebody else have done that so that they don't go to jail or their friends don't?
Yeah.
Why people haven't paid for their crimes that we all know were
I just don't find everything.
President Biden has a lot to do with it. And I actually, if I was him, I would. You want to know why? Because God forbid something happens, they're going to try to go after his whole family.
Oh yeah. That's the first. I mean, they already have been going after his whole family, but they would try to do it legally.
Assange immediately himself. I mean, there's a list of people, but I am trusting the plan, so I don't think that's
yeah. I haven't really read into everything. That's been, like I said, I've been kind of had to switch my head to fight mode and everything. So I was like, I need to not get so wrapped up, because I am that kind of person. I have a hyper focus.
You're like me.
I will pick one thing and I'm like, dive in, and I'm like, oh gosh, I've just spent a whole week on this one thing.
Same thing. All of a sudden, 5 hours later, I'm like, whoa, I'm deep into the universe.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I need to watch something else. Get my mind off of this.
Same thing. It's so true. It's so true. So okay, well, before we go, because I know I like to
switch gears.
People lose interest and blah blah blah. So let's get about your fight tonight. I am so excited. I know you have a long day ahead of you. Do you know which fight you are on the card?
I think I'm the third one on the main card.
Oh.
So, and I know we're the only girls. So I think there's 7 or 8 people on the main card. I'm not positive because I haven't really looked at it, but I think there's 7 or 8, and I'm number 3. So
I'm so excited. Watching. We're going to be rooting for you. I mean, what can everybody expect tonight out of Mitzi Merry?
Well, honestly, I'm like, I'm kind of one of those that's like, I'll go wherever the fight takes me, but there's just so much inside me that you're gonna see a more focused, not so giggly. But it's just
right now we're giggly. Later on, we're not.
Yeah. Once that cage closes, that's a different mentality. I kind of turn into a different person, I guess you could say. My alter ego comes out. Now I just want to be an animal in there, and I really, because it's like every single fight I've been injured, or like one of them, the fight had to stop because I split open my shin from getting a kick checked, and they wouldn't continue because my bone was showing. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. It's just a flesh wound. We're good.
I got it.
It's like, just put some Vaseline in it. We're good.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even feel it all night. And I was running around with staples in it, and like it was nothing. So I've been injured or sick. And so this is the first time, like, okay, I'll be honest. I didn't make weight. My body quit. Like, I quit sweating. My coach was about to take me to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
So thank God he knows how to get you rehydrated and get your electrolytes back in and all that stuff. Because otherwise, like, I wasn't functioning. I mean, I was hunched over, like I'd been punched in the kidney so hard. And I was barely functioning. So he called it, like, made me stop cutting, but I wasn't sweating and losing anything. And he's like, there's nothing we can do. Like, we've been at it for an hour, and you've literally not dropped anything now.
Yeah.
And I was dropping a lot, you know. And I took this fight. I was 155 pounds, just trying to make 125 for my first time. So I got close. But next time we're going to stay at a lower weight, make sure my nutrition is impeccable, and make the cut easier. But I was 2 pounds off.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, I was like, I had to have my bra and panties on. I would have had to weigh in naked, but you know what I mean?
7 pounds off, so shit.
Yeah. And I feel good now, but yeah, I was not doing good.
I was because of that.
What?
Is it technically a catch weight because of that?
Yes, it is. We switched it to a catch weight, and I made sure I apologized to her and thanked her for accepting the fight. And
well, not
unfortunately, it was kind of out of my control because I would have kept cutting.
You both wouldn't be able to fight tonight without either the equation. So both of you should be like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. It happens.
Yeah, but I'm just like,
now with everything going on myself. But with everything going on right now, whenever I hear somebody missing weight in the last year, I will never say to somebody, oh, like, there's a lot of crazy shit going on right now and factors that people just have to go, well, you know what? It is what it is. If that happens, oh, fucking well.
Well, and I've been tested for COVID like 3 times before this fight. My parents both got it. My mom was like, seriously, we thought she was going to die. We were at that point. That was 2 weeks ago.
I got you.
So, like,
yeah,
it's been really rough for me and my family lately, and just like trying to make sure, having the training partners. I had training partners, all, a lot of them got COVID. So it's just like, I had to make do with what I had, and just train my ass off. Like, that's all I was doing. I just kept going. And there's always that fear in the back of my head that, well, if I get it, then the fight's called off. And I've done, I've just keep training, and I've just kept training for so long. Cause like I said, I was still in camp from that Invicta fight because I already had the title fight booked. So I was still in camp. And then they, like I said, they just kept pushing it back, but I was still training and training and training. And then, after it got canceled, I dislocated my shoulder, tore my subscapularis. Didn't realize, I knew I dislocated my shoulder. Yeah. I had to pop it back. I was like, yeah, it's still
you know what that feels like. That's not a stranger feeling. It's a different kind of pain.
Oh yeah. And like, I kept training and not realizing I was that injured. And then I like fell on it again, and it popped back out. And then I was like, man, I think I need to go get an MRI or something like that, or a CAT scan, just to check it and make sure there's nothing else wrong with it. But they said, well, it is healing, but you definitely did tear it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, that's normal. So when I got this fight, it was 2 weeks before. No, it was a week before I signed for the fight. That they're like, yeah, that was torn. So I was still kind of nursing this injury during this fight camp. But I'm all good now, and I'm like, woo, I got my movement back, and I feel strong, like, because I couldn't push anyone off of me. Like, I literally could not push and do a bench press, but now everything's good, and I feel confident, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. And like, I don't know a lot about Lisa, and like, I knew she Muay Thai, but I don't know her ground game. I think she just got a purple belt, so I imagine she actually is pretty good on the ground game. 10th planet, so that's awesome.
Oh yeah, 10th planet's really good.
Yeah. Heck, I want to go train at 10th planet. I'm not gonna lie. I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're gonna probably see a little bit of everything tonight, because I think, a little bit of cage work, groundwork, and hopefully some submissions. But I don't know. We'll see. I like to stand and bang. I can't help it. I've got that.
Everybody wants to be able to like at least punch somebody in the face like a couple times.
Well, and the last fight with Morgan, and I love that girl. What? Sorry.
Fan of elbows, like.
Oh.
Yeah, I was training the other day and we were mixing it up, and I was like, can we throw some elbows in? I know we did them like, because with my shoulders, that we just literally got me to be able to train.
Yeah.
And then my coach was like, well, now that you're able, this was a while, like, we started, I think, last January, to get me where I was able to train, because I couldn't even lift anything. So then now I'm like, we're lifting. I'm totally better shape than I've ever been.
Yeah.
And over the summer, we were mixing elbows every day. The other day, I was like, you know what? Can we just like mix it up and throw some elbows and a whole bunch? And he's like, you know what? And we did. We threw elbows, a couple knees, this clinch work. I was like, oh, I love this so much.
Yeah, the elbows are my favorite, because like I just feel like I see
so
them, and they're everywhere. You can use them in any situation, as long as even when you're in close. And I love that.
It is.
That's definitely something I like. I get in trouble. Well, I simulate a lot. But I've definitely seen red in the cage, because we have a cage for sparring with some of the guys. They go for a weak spot on me, and I'm like, no. Oh. Come
on now,
the rage comes out. Luckily, my good friend, we've gotten each other back.
I love it.
But no, yeah, elbows are definitely my favorite, because like I can use them, and I'm like, why not? Yeah. And I got those sharp elbows, so I like to do some damage if I can. Yeah, like wait, no, where's the camera?
Oh wait, we both got the bruise.
Yeah,
bruise. That's hysterical. That we have. Oh no, Mitzi. Well, guys, I don't know if Mitzi's gonna be back. She might. If her phone died, then we're gonna cut the interview, and if not, then she'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm gonna message her real quick and see if her phone died or what happened. Let's see. If she did, I'll wrap it up. All right, guys. After your fight. All right. Well, I definitely think Mitzi, her phone died or something and lost connection. So I just messaged her and I told her we were going to wrap it up and do another interview after her fight. More on all the other stuff we were talking about, not so much MMA. And guys, have a wonderful Friday. Mitzi, have a great fight tonight. We know you're going to kick some ass, guys. Tune into LFA tonight to see Mitzi the Mauler Merry fight on LFA. It's going to be amazing, and she's going to kick some ass. So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this interview. You can find Mitzi on social media at Trixie. I think it's at 24. I will put all of her social media links into the bio. See you later.